Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast. I am Ryan, and with me today is Lydia. We are very happy to have you here for another great conversation. Today, we will talk about something that every language learner faces at some point: confidence.
Hi, everyone. Yes, confidence is such an important topic when it comes to learning a new language. Many people think that grammar or vocabulary is the biggest problem, but often it is not about knowledge. It is about confidence.
Exactly. I have met many learners who know a lot of words and grammar rules, but they are afraid to speak. They worry about making mistakes, about being judged, or not being understood.
That is so common. I think almost everyone who learns a foreign language has experienced that fear. You can study for years, but when it comes to actually talking to someone, you freeze.
I have seen that happen a lot, and it is completely normal. When you speak a foreign language, you are stepping out of your comfort zone. It feels like showing a part of yourself that is not perfect yet.
Exactly. And that is okay. Making mistakes is part of learning, but many learners forget that. They think they must speak perfectly, or they compare themselves with native speakers.
That is a big mistake. Even native speakers make mistakes. The goal is not to be perfect, but to communicate.
Right? I always tell my students that communication is the real goal. If you can make yourself understood, you are already successful. You can always improve your grammar later.
Let's start with something simple. Why do you think people lose confidence when learning a language?
I think there are several reasons. First, people are afraid of being judged. They worry that others will laugh at their pronunciation or correct them in a rude way.
Yes, and sometimes that happens, unfortunately, but most people are kind and patient. When you try to speak their language, they appreciate it.
That is true. I have lived in a few different countries, and whenever I spoke the local language, people were always happy to hear it, even if my grammar was not perfect.
So maybe the first step is changing how we see mistakes. Instead of seeing them as something bad, we can see them as signs of progress.
Exactly. Mistakes show that you are trying. Every mistake teaches you something. Without mistakes, there is no learning.
Let's give our listeners a small example. Imagine someone says, "He go to school every day," instead of "he goes to school every day." The grammar is wrong, but the message is clear. You can understand what they mean.
Yes, and that is what matters. The person communicated their idea. That is success. Later, they can fix the grammar, but at least they spoke.
Confidence grows through practice. The more you speak, the less afraid you become.
That is so true. Confidence is like a muscle. You have to use it to make it stronger.
Let's talk about some practical ways to build confidence in language learning.
Good idea. I think one of the best ways is to start small. For example, try short conversations. Say hello to someone, order a coffee, ask for directions. Small steps help you feel comfortable using the language in real situations.
Absolutely. And do not wait until you feel ready, because that day may never come. You become ready by doing it.
Yes. People often say, I'll start speaking when I'm better. But speaking is how you get better.
Another thing that helps is positive self-talk. Many learners say negative things to themselves like, "I'm terrible at this," or "I'll never be fluent." That destroys confidence.
You are right. If you keep telling yourself you cannot do it, you will believe it. But if you say, "I'm learning, I'm improving every day," your mindset changes completely.
Mindset is everything. Language learning is not only about words and grammar, it is also about how you think.
Totally. And it helps to celebrate small wins. Maybe you watched a movie in English and understood more than last time. Maybe you had a short chat with someone. That is progress, and you should feel proud.
Progress is not always dramatic. Sometimes it is just a small step, but it is still progress.
Let's talk about speaking anxiety. Many learners say that when they try to speak, their mind goes blank. They forget everything they learned.
Oh yes, that happens to a lot of people. It is like the brain freezes under pressure. But the good news is that you can train yourself to relax.
How can learners do that?
For me, I think breathing helps. Before speaking, take a slow, deep breath. It calms your body and gives your brain a second to focus.
That is a great tip. I would add that preparation helps too. For example, if you know you're going to talk about a specific topic, prepare some useful phrases in advance. It gives you confidence because you have something ready to say.
Preparation is key, and repetition helps as well. If you repeat phrases and conversations many times, they become automatic. Then you do not have to think so much while speaking.
I agree. Many people think that practicing alone is useless, but actually talking to yourself in the target language is very powerful.
Yes. You can describe what you are doing, like, I'm cooking pasta now, or I'm cleaning my room. It trains your brain to think in that language.
That also helps you stop translating in your head. Thinking directly in the target language is a big step for confidence.
Another idea is to record yourself. Some people hate hearing their own voice, but it is useful. You can listen and see what to improve.
True. And when you listen later, you often realize that you sound better than you thought. Sometimes we are our own worst critics.
That's so true. Many learners judge themselves too harshly. But remember, nobody expects you to be perfect.
And you can always look at it this way. If you can speak in your native language, you already have the ability to learn another one. It is not magic. It just takes time and consistency.
Language learning is like climbing a mountain. You do not reach the top in one day. You take step after step, and every small effort counts.
I like that metaphor. And on some days, you might feel tired or slow, and that is okay. The important thing is to keep going.
Persistence builds confidence. Even when you make mistakes, if you keep trying, you will see progress.
You know, sometimes people think they are bad at languages because they compare themselves to others. That can really hurt confidence.
Yes, comparison is dangerous. Everyone learns at a different speed. What matters is your own progress, not someone else's.
Someone might learn faster, but maybe they have more time or experience. You just need to do your best.
And enjoy the process. Learning a language is not a race. It is an adventure.
Oh, I love that. Yes, it is an adventure. You meet new people, you discover new cultures, and you even learn more about yourself.
When you learn a new language, you start seeing the world differently. You realize that there are many ways to express the same idea.
And that can also make you more open-minded. You understand that mistakes are normal, differences are beautiful, and communication is what connects us.
That is beautifully said. Speaking of connection, I think confidence also grows when you connect with others who are learning.
Absolutely. Joining a community like an online group or a local club can really help. When you see others making mistakes and still speaking, it motivates you.
Yes, because you realize you are not alone. Everyone struggles at some point.
And if you have a language partner, you can support each other. You can correct each other gently and celebrate progress together.
That makes the journey more fun. Learning together is always more motivating than learning alone.
Definitely. And you can make it part of your daily life. Listen to podcasts, watch shows, write short notes or messages. Every little thing adds up.
I agree. Immersion does not mean you have to live abroad. You can create your own language environment wherever you are.
Yes, like changing your phone settings or thinking in the target language when doing daily tasks.
Confidence also comes from familiarity. The more the language becomes part of your life, the more natural it feels.
That's right. And sometimes confidence means accepting that you do not know everything. It is okay to ask questions, to say, "Can you repeat that?" Or, "I do not understand."
Exactly. People respect honesty. It is better to ask than to pretend.
When learners stop being afraid of not knowing, they become free to learn more.
That's a great point. Confidence is not the absence of mistakes. It is the courage to keep going despite them.
I really like that, Ryan. You can quote that. Confidence is not about perfection, it is about persistence.
Let's talk a bit about teachers and how they can help students build confidence.
Good idea. Teachers play a big role. The way they correct mistakes matters. If they correct too much or in a negative tone, students lose confidence.
A good teacher encourages you. They correct mistakes, but in a way that makes you want to try again.
And they create a safe space where students feel comfortable speaking.
That safe space is everything. When you are not afraid of being laughed at, you learn faster.
Parents and friends can help too. They can be supportive, patient, and understanding.
Yes, and sometimes learners just need someone to tell them, "You are doing great." Those words can mean a lot.
So true. Small encouragement can build big confidence.
I think it is also important to enjoy the process. If you enjoy what you are doing, you stay motivated.
Absolutely. Learn through things you love. If you like music, listen to songs. If you like movies, watch them in your target language. Fun helps confidence grow naturally.
That's great advice. Fun removes pressure. You are learning, but it does not feel like work.
And you also create emotional connections. When you enjoy something, you remember it better.
So, to summarize, building confidence in language learning is about practice, mindset, support, and enjoyment.
Exactly. Practice regularly, think positively, connect with others, and have fun.
That sounds like a recipe for success.
It really is. And I want every learner listening to us to know that confidence comes with time. You may not feel it today, but if you keep going, you will.
Very true. Confidence is not something you find. It is something you build.
And every single time you speak, even if you make mistakes, you are building it.
I hope today's episode helps our listeners see confidence in a new way.
Me too. You are not alone in this journey. Everyone feels nervous, everyone makes mistakes, and everyone improves over time.
All right, that's all for today. Thank you so much for listening. Leave a comment and don't forget to share your ideas with us.
Thank you to all our listeners for joining us today. Until next time.